everyone, welcome to Divya Ganita. In this video, I am going to solve KCET 2019 question paper from question number 31 to question number 40. Now, let's take the first question. In this problem, they have given function f from r to r, that is real number to real number, and g from 0 to infinity to r is defined by f of x is equal to x square and g of x is equal to root x. Root x means positive root of x. Then we have to see which of the following is not true. This is very important. Not true we have to see. Observe here. In this function, we have f of g of 2 is equal to 2. That means we have to take the root 2, then we have to square it. When we take the root and square, then we will get back to the same number. So this is a correct option, right? Now let's move on to the next option. Here also same thing. If we take square and then root, then also we'll get back to the same number. Now let's see the third option. In this we have f of minus 2. What will f of minus 2 will be? F of minus 2 means minus 2 whole square. That is nothing but 4, right? Then g of 4. Then we will get g of 4. G of 4 means we have to take square root of 4. That is nothing but 2. So clearly this is also a correct option. But here we have to see which is not true. All are true means this must be not true. Let's check for that also. Observe here. Here we have f composition g of minus 4. What is the domain of the function g? The domain is 0 to infinity. That means this g of minus 4 is not even defined, right? So this is not true. So this is the correct option, right? So now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, they have given two sets A and B. A is set of all x such that x belongs to n, means natural numbers, and x is less than or equal to 5. Then what are all the numbers in set A? Set A will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1 to 5 numbers. Then the set B is set of all x such that x belongs to integers and x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 means it is a root of the quadratic equation x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Then it is a root of quadratic equation means it will have two roots, right? We don't want what all numbers come in that set. We just want number of terms in the set. So, number of elements of set A is, here we have 5 elements, and number of elements of B is nothing but it is a root of quadratic equation. That means there will be two roots. So, n of B means 2. Here, n of A is nothing but m and n of B is n. We know that number of onto functions from set A to B is nothing but summation r is equal to 1 to n minus 1 power n minus r into ncr into r power m. Now let's substitute the values here. That means we will get when r is equal to 1, it will be minus 1 power n means 2, 2 minus 1 means minus 1. Right? ncr, that means 2c1 into r means 1 power 5 plus we have n is equal to 2, so the next term will come, that means minus 1 power 2 minus 2, so that is 0 into 2c2 into 2 power 5, that means r here is 2 and m is 5. So on simplifying, this is nothing but 30, right? So the correct answer is option A. So now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, they have given a binary operation defined on positive rationals and defined by a star b is equal to 2ab by 5. And also it is given that 2 star x is equal to 3 inverse. Then we have to find the value of x. This is very easy problem and most of the students solve it very quickly. But I will tell you the basic mistake which they do while solving the problem. That is, most of the students think that 3 inverse is 1 by 3. Is it 1 by 3? No, because 3 inverse is 1 by 3 when the binary operation is multiplication. That means when we have A star B is equal to A into B, then 3 inverse is 1 by 3. But here we have different binary operation, right? So 3 inverse will not be 1 by 3 in this case. We have to find what is the value of 3 inverse first. Then we have to find the value of x. Right? To find the value of 3 inverse, we should know the identity element of this operation. So first we will find the identity element of this binary operation. Let's find it. We know that we say E is a identity element when A star E is equal to A. Right? A star E means we have 2AE divided by 5. That must be equal to A. Right? Here directly A get cancelled, so E is 5 by 2. So the identity element in this binary operation is 5 by 2. Now let's find 3 inverse. That means we must have 3 star 3 inverse is equal to identity element, that is 5 by 2. Right? 3 star 3 inverse means 2 into 3 into 3 inverse. That will be 6 into 3 inverse divided by 5, that is equal to 5 by 2. Right? So the 3 inverse will be 25 by 12. We got 3 inverse now. Now let's find x. That is 2 star x is equal to 3 inverse. 3 inverse is nothing but we got the value, that is 25 by 12. Right? 2 star x means 2 into 2 into x. That will be 4x divided by 5. That is equal to 25 by 12. Right? So x is nothing but simply 125 by 48. So the correct answer is option C. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, we have to find the value of cos of 2 sin inverse 3 by 2 plus cos inverse 3 by 2. How to solve this problem? We have some formula, right? That is sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Here x is fixed. That means here also we have 3 by 4. Here also we have 3 by 4. Can we apply this formula? Yes, we can. So we will get cos of 1 sin inverse 3 by 4 will be as it is, plus another sin inverse 3 by 4 plus cos inverse 3 by 4, we can write it as pi by 2. Right? Now what is this? We know that cos of theta plus pi by 2 or pi by 2 plus theta is nothing but minus sin theta. Right? So what will we get here? That is minus sin of, in place of theta we have sin inverse 3 by 2. So sin of sin inverse 3 by 4. So sin and sin inverse get cancelled. So it is simply minus 3 by 4. What is the answer? Option B. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem they have given a plus pi by 2 is less than 2 tan inverse x plus 3 cot inverse x and it is less than b. Then we have to find the value of a and b. How to solve this problem? Here also we have tan inverse x and cot inverse x. Do we have any relation for this? Yes, we have the same as sin inverse and cos inverse, that is tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Right? Now we have here 2 tan inverse x and here 3 cot inverse x. If we take 2 tan inverse x plus cot inverse x common, then it will be pi plus cot inverse x. Right? Because 2 into tan inverse x plus cot inverse x means we will get pi and 1 cot inverse is left out. And also we know the range for cot inverse. What is it? The range for cot inverse is 0 to pi. Right? Then what will be pi plus cot That is, we have to add pi on both sides. Then we will get pi less than pi plus cot inverse x less than 2 pi. This is nothing but the same thing, right? Then pi can be written as pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Then what is the value of a? A is pi by 2. We have only one option in which a is pi by 2. Clearly you can also observe that b is 2 pi. So the correct answer is option D, right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem they have given us an inequality and we have to find the range of x. This is a very easy problem and you can solve it without pen and paper also. Now I will solve it here. Observe here, it is nothing but we know that if we have mod x less than or equal to a, then it is minus a less than x less than a. Similarly, it will be minus 2 less than 3x minus 5 less than 2, right? Here we have less than or equal to, so it is minus 2 less than or equal to 3x minus 5 less than or equal to 2. If we add 5 to the inequality, then we will get 3 less than or equal to 3x less than or equal to 7. If we divide by 3, it will be 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 7 by 3. So the correct answer is option D, right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, we have a probability distribution and we have to find the value of k. How to find the value of k? We know the formula, that is sum of the probabilities is equal to 1, right? That is summation pi is equal to 1. Here these are the probabilities. So sum of these equal to 1. Let's add these numbers. Then we will have how many k's are there? 1, 4, 5, 8 and 9. So 9k plus k square, how many k squares? 3, 4, 5. 5k square plus 9k and we have here minus 1. Minus 1. This sum is equal to 1, right? So it is nothing but 5k square plus 9k minus 2 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Now let's solve this quadratic equation. Then we will get 5k square plus 10k minus k minus 2 is equal to 0, right? That means we will get 5k minus 1 into k plus 2 is equal to 0. Then the value of k is 1 by 5 or k is minus 2, right? We have both the options here, 1 by 5 and minus 2. What is the correct answer? For that we have the another result. What is that? Probability cannot be negative. That means minus 2 is not possible, right? So the correct option is option B, that is 1 by 5, right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem they have given A and B are two events of the sample space S. That means let's draw the figure. Here is A and here is B. And also it is given the probability of A is equal to 0.2 and probability of B is equal to 0.6. And probability of A given B is equal to 0.5. We have to find probability of complement of A given B. Directly we know the formula, that is probability of A complement given B is equal to 1 minus probability of A given B. So it is nothing but 1 minus 0.5, that is 0.5, that is nothing but 1 by 2. If you know this formula, then it is a very easy problem. If you don't know this, then we will derive to this. That means we have to find A complement given B, right? Probability. What is probability of A complement given B? That is nothing but probability of A complement intersection B divided by probability of B, right? What is A complement intersection B? That is nothing but this region, right? This region. It is B difference A intersection B. We can say like this also. So it can be written as probability of B minus probability of A intersection B whole divided by probability of B. Right? This is nothing but 1 minus probability of A intersection B by probability of B means A given B. So we got this formula. Right? So the correct answer is option A. Right? Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, they have given x as a binomial distribution with the parameters n is equal to 6 and the probability p. Also given that probability of x is equal to 2 is 12 and probability of x is equal to 3 is 5. And we have to find p. Here they have given capital P. There is no meaning for capital P in binomial distribution, right? But let's assume it is a printing mistake and it was small p and find the answer. To find p, if you are a stat student, then you know the direct recurrence formula for probability. That is P of r is equal to n minus r plus 1 divided by r into p by q into p of r minus 1. If you are not a stat student, then we will derive this formula right now. That is, instead of this we know that P of R is NCR P power R into Q power N minus R. We all know this formula, right? Let's take R is equal to 3 and R is equal to 2. Then we will find P of 3 divided by P of 2. Let's check what we will get. That means N means 6. 6c3 into p cube into q power 6 minus 3 is 3 divided by 6c2 into p square into q power 6 minus 2 means 4. And also we know that NCR divided by NCR minus 1 is equal to N minus R plus 1 divided by R. This is a standard result. So here also we will get this is nothing but the same term, right? And also here we have p square and p square get cancelled means we are left out with 1p. Q cube and q cube get cancelled, so here we are left out with only q. That means here also we will get the same term, that is p by q. Right? Now let's find the value. That is n means 6 and r means 3 minus 1. That means we will get 4 divided by r is 3 into p by q can be written as 1 minus p. We have to find p now. We know p of 3. P of 3 is 5 and p of 2 is 12. On simplifying we will get p by 1 minus p is equal to 5 by 16. That means 1 minus p by p is 16 by 5. Right? That means 1 minus p minus 1 is equal to 16 by 5. So 1 minus p is, taking 1 to that side, we will get 21 by 5. So p is 5 by 21. Here we have no option matching that answer, that is 5 by 21. It was given grace marks in KCET 2019. Now let's move on to the next problem. In this problem, they have given a man speaks truth 2 out of 3 times and he picks one of the natural numbers in the set 1 to 7 and reports it as the even number. We have to find the probability that it is actually a even number. Let's draw a figure for this. This is the part where it is actually even and this is it is not even. Then let this be E1 and this be E2. This is the position, that is man reports E1. Then let this be A. Then probability of A given E1, that is equal to, it is man reports it as even and and it is actually a even number. That means he speaks truth. The probability of he is speaking truth is 2 by 3. Right? And probability of A given E2. He reports it as a even, but it is actually not even. That means he speaks he is lying. The probability is 1 by 3. Right? And probability of E1 is, that is actually the number is even. Here there are 7 numbers. In this there are 1, 2, 3. 3 even numbers. So the probability of E1 is 3 by 7, right? And probability of E2 is probability of odd numbers. That means there are 4 odd numbers. So it is 4 by 7. Now we have the base theorem, that is probability of E1 given A. That means he reports it as a even number. The probability that it is actually even number is, we know the formula, that is P of E1 into P of A by given A1 whole divided by probability of E1 into probability of A given E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A given E2. On simplification, we will get 3 by 5. So the correct answer is option C. Right? Now we are done with all 10 problems of this video. If you find this video useful, then please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.